Hello, welcome back to Hanger 51. We're going to do a live unboxing of the new FMS F86. It just showed up, literally just now. UPS delivered it. So let's get it open and see what's going on. Very excited. Been looking forward to this one. Ray! What's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, I have another one coming next week. This one was lost. I had no updates on it until this morning. That it was coming today. So that's good. I'm glad it came. Super excited. Dave's RC, what's up, buddy? Man, it's good to see you. How are you doing? Oh, that's what I wanted to add to the... All right. Bruce, how you doing, man? Yeah, I should be bringing this to the field tomorrow. So here it is, guys. That's the box lid. Nice, very nice. Let's get it out of here. We'll just do it this way. You too, Dave. I hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, you have a good holiday too. All right. So there it is. Both schemes right there. Both schemes right there. Yep. All right. Let me move this. All right. Box looks perfect. I don't see. Yeah, little impact damage right there. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, it looks really good. Oh, another little impact damage in the corner. That won't hurt a thing. All right. Let's get this thing open. Wow, box is tight, really tight. Yeah, I know, that's what she said. Shadow Ops, what's up? How you doing, man? All right. There we go. That's it. All right, got it out of the box. All right. Oh, got that new airplane smell. Woohoo! All right. So let's do this. So here's what you get to look at first thing. The two wings are stacked on top of each other, and yeah, this is the bottom of the wing. It does not look like, yeah, the ailerons or the flaps are not, the rods are not installed. Submerged hinges, not foam hinges. They're the very scaled submerged hinges. So that's nice, like that. All right, let's see what we got here. David, David, what's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I was going to call you, and when it came in, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go live. He'll come up. He'll show up. All right. All right, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, the wingtip is captured in this foam on this end, so you got to get this out of the way. All right. All right, let's get a look at this. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Wow, that's really nice, guys. Look at the finish on that. That's really nice. It's got a suspension, oleo suspension on the gear. Got a nav light on the wingtip. No, no landing light. I know the landing lights are on the nose of the plane, according to the video playing behind me. So, very nice though. Wow, that's cool. All right, let's get wing number 2 out. Here's the manual. I like what they did here. They didn't roll it up into a ball. The last one of these I got, they had rolled the instructions up, and I hate that. So that's nice. This nice thick one too. It must be in a lot of languages. Czech, French, Dublin, English. Yeah, bunch of languages. We'll look at that in a minute. Let's get this out of here. All right, wing number 2. Oh wow, nice. No damage at all on this. Not even not a wrinkle anywhere. It's really nice. Now it looks like there's a place for a pitot tube here, and it's got a brass insert in it right here. I'll show you that to camera there. Let's see. So it's going to have threads on it, the pitot tube. You can screw it in and out because there's a brass insert in there. So that's nice, like that. Again, the submerged hinges. The flap is a foam hinge, but the aileron is a submerged, solid hinge. But the flap is it is a foam hinge, but it's well done. It's got a seam there. Instead of just wrinkling up the foam when you flex it, it's actually got a designed seam, so it looks really good. That looks really nice. All right, let's stand that up in the chair like that. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. Teespring, Bruce. Go to Teespring. Hey, type in Hanger 51. I got a whole assortment of. You can get some. Everybody's favorite are the yoga pants. So don't. Take a good look at those. But yeah, you can go to my Teespring store and get. Okay, so there's in the top box here. There's some packing here that is holding down. It looks like the wires and maybe all the hardware. Let's get this out of here. It was really easy to dismiss that. So it looks like none of the linkages are installed. The arms are installed. All the control horns are on, but none of the linkages are on. They're in the bag here. So you got that. You got screws. Looks like all the screws are the same size again. There's a bunch of screws, but they're all. There's only one size screw. The whole plane goes together with one size screw. So that's nice. You don't have to try to figure out which screw goes where. They're all the same size. What looks like in the bag. And here's the pitot tube with the threads on it, right there on the end of the bag. So it's a red pitot tube, and red and silver. And it looks like it got an antenna here. Got a little antenna. And then there's a Y connector. It's a tri-Y, and it's marked elevator. So I'm guessing the elevator servo and the lights are connected together. They're probably picking off the light source from the elevator. And that's it for the top section. There's nothing else in the top of the box. Let me make sure one more time. Just my quality FMS quality Inspector 12 sticker. That's it. Yep, nothing else in the top. Let me look, before I open this part, let me look on the bottom and see if there's anything on the bottom. Nope, the bottom is completely solid. There's one little hole here, but there's no cavities on the bottom, no spar or anything taped to the bottom of the box. Bottom of the box is just the bottom of the box. Okay. All right, let's get this over here. And there it is, guys. Here's one of the drop tanks. Where's the other drop tank? Oh, there it is. They put the drop tank, the other drop tank, inside the outlet of the jet. That's funny. So when you take this out, there's the tail cone. This was inside the tail cone. I don't know that was a good idea, because there's some damage on the drop tank right there. So and here. So yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Probably shouldn't have done that. And if they're going to do that, they need to wrap this in foam before they stick it in there, because we've got some compression damage from it banging around inside of here. All right. So the tail cone, there's two LEDs there on the back of the tail cone, right there, and they look like they're different colors. Looks like a white one and maybe an amber one. Can't tell for sure what color the other one is, but there's lights right there. And this this doesn't glue on; it screws on, guys. There's two screws here, two bronze or brass screws right here in these little ears, and that's going to hold the tail cone to this. So you don't glue this on; you just screw it on. And then there's another brass insert here. I'm sure that's to put the tail on. So, elevator. Again, real plastic submerged hinges. You know, very nice. This is all one piece. So that's kind of cool. Again, no real damage on it. It looks really good. The paint's excellent. The white is bare foam. The stars are stickers. It's not bare foam on the stars. The stars are stickers. So that looks really good. I think I'll put that. Let's just set that right there for a minute. Here's the rudder. Vertical stabilizer. Again, the white is bare foam. The stars are stickers. So Yeah, it's this is definitely better than the free wing one. The foam is much denser. The paint finish is much better. This way nicer than the free wing one. Very, very much. I'm very familiar with the free wing one. This guy out the field has one, and I was never impressed with it enough to buy it. So, but this one looked impressive, so I snapped on this one. So here's the battery hatch. Got a couple small compression in the foam. Nothing to worry about. Nothing I'm going to get excited about, but some real nice detail in the back of the cockpit here. If you look in the back there, behind the driver, behind the pilot, there's some detailed maybe radio gear and stuff back there. And then the instrument panel and a heads-up display, it looks like, of some kind in there. So I don't know if we can get that really on camera, what the pilot's looking at back in there, but it'd be nice to put a light in there. You know, that would, you know, maybe I'll put an LED in there, maybe a green LED in there. It'd probably look really cool. The pilot's removable from underneath. You don't have to take the canopy off if you want to change the pilot. There's a axis underneath, so that's good. Like that. That's good to have. All right, let's see what else we got here. And here's the main fuselage, which is the only thing left. So, unlike the free wing one, this has inner gear doors. Okay, so when the gear's up, nothing's exposed, no wheels hanging out. That's nice. They have some kind of rubber band on it here. An elastic band. It's not really a rubber band. It's one of those elastic bands, and they've got that holding the doors closed, and that prevents them from getting broken in shipping, which is wonderful. Love that. The paint on this is wonderful, guys. This is really nice. Very, very nice. Now, the red, white, and blue stripe is a sticker. That's not bare foam there. That's a sticker. This back here is bare foam on the tail. Yeah, if I put it together, which we might do, I'll put the gear down. I haven't decided if I'm gonna put it together on the show or not. We'll wait and see how it looks as far as participation and whether I have time. It's an in-runner motor, so you can get a good look at the motor here because it's right there at the back of the. Of course, you can't see it because there's no light right there. But yeah, the motor's right here at the back. You can touch the motor. It's right there. So and all that wiring's done. It's all plugged in. You don't have to get in there and plug anything in. It's all done. They give you the big piece of Velcro. You know, the one half is already installed, and then they give you the half to put on your batteries. So that's really good. 2 straps. I don't know if they're long enough. They've had issues in the past with that. You know, if you put a big battery in here, you're not going to have enough strap to hold it in. That's going to be tight. That's going to be really tight. Yeah, I wish they would put a longer strap on it. I have a few of FMS's products, and they kind of go too short on the strap, I think. Most people are going to fly this with a bigger battery. Okay, so here's an upgrade for FMS that I'm really happy they did. I really like this. This has got the quick connects on the wing, but these aren't the plastic quick connects they've been using. This is that metal computer serial port, like on a mouse, is what they put on there now. Okay, so you've got a mouse connector there. It's a metal computer mouse connector, not that plastic connector that once you plug it in you can't get it apart. So this will be beautiful. Take the wings on and off. 4 screws hold the wing on. There's a wing tube, and here's the wing tube. This is kind of typical for FMS. It's not a carbon fiber tube, it's a fiberglass tube, which is, you know, I mean, that's strong enough. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's just it weighs more. You know, if weight was an issue, which probably isn't on this one, but this weighs way more than a carbon fiber tube would weigh. But it's plenty thick, so it's super strong. We're not going to have an issue with that. It's definitely got enough bite to it to definitely get it done. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, let me go back and look at the chat. Let me move a couple pieces here so I can see the chat, see what's going on. So I want to answer all your questions. So let me get comfortable here so we can talk about this baby. Let me get this other wing. All right, we'll set that right there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna scroll back so I can see everybody's comments and questions, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so let me look back here and see what we got. Lewis, good to see you, man. How you doing? Yes, David, this is brand new release. They just released this Thursday, last Thursday. Not yesterday, but a week ago. And they had a 10 o'clock at night release. I ordered it immediately. So did Sivo Hobo. That's David. He ordered one too. And Fred Barron, the Fred Barron. He ordered one too. So the three of us right off the bat ordered it. Oh, you've got the other one coming, Ray? Yeah, I bought two of these. I didn't buy one of the other one. Just not crazy about that scheme. I love this red, white, and blue scheme. This was beautiful. So I went with the Sky Blazer. So the other one that's coming, the other one's going to be here Monday. So Craig, how you doing, man? Shadow Ops, what's going on, man? So let's see. Yeah, the fuselage is two-piece and it screws together. Yep. Yoga pants, really? Yeah, Charles. I did do it as a joke, but yeah, honestly, in the picture, it looks really cool with my logo going down the leg of the yoga pants. So I'm not expecting anybody to buy them, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the O in Air Force. I don't know why they made that so bold like that. There must be a hidden reason for that we don't know. You know, either it's a message to somebody, or I don't know what the deal is with the O in Force, but it's way thicker. You know, it's a way thicker font than. So I don't know what the deal is with that. It's kind of weird looking. Is it lighter than the free wing? I don't know, Ethan. I don't know what the weight of them. I'm sure it's probably on the website, the specs. It doesn't feel heavy. I can tell you that. But I don't know what it would be like compared to the free wing one. If Lewis brings his to the field tomorrow, we can compare. But off the top of my head, I couldn't say. So Yeah, you're right, Eric. It's a lot more money, but it's a lot more airplane too. So a lot of cheater holes. That's a good question. Let's see. There's a small set of them on the side. Are there any on the bottom? I didn't really pay attention to that. Oh yeah, it's got a big cheater hole on the bottom, and then there's cheater side on the sides. So yeah, it's got some cheater holes. Yeah, I really wasn't paying attention to that, but yeah, you're right. It's got some cheater holes in it. 36mm motor is sweet, Ray says. Okay, he would know. He's the motor man. So that's cool. Victor, what's up? How you doing, man? Funk? No, I'm not a beer drinker. Sorry to say for you that that's important, but no, I'm not a beer drinker. Paul, dork. Yeah, the O. The O's not a big deal to me, but it is kind of weird. I wouldn't not buy it because of that. But I don't know the message behind that. I don't know why that O's so oversized like that. It's about double the thickness, at least 1.5 times the thickness of the other letters. So I don't know why they made the O so thick. I don't know if that was deliberate or just somebody messed up when they made it. I'm not sure. But yeah, the O is kind of goofy. Well, Bill, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, so it's so Ray says the weight is 3,050 grams. I don't know what the free wing one is. Is anybody going to look that up? Why don't somebody look up the free wing and see? And now, is that flying weight, Ray, or is that empty weight? Yeah, all right. So I see the 2,300 versus 3,000, but is that flying weight or empty weight? Because that's going to weight that if that's flying weight, then that's going to vary on battery size. Both are flying weight. Yeah. Okay. So you can always run a smaller battery in this one to lighten it up if you think the weight's going to be an issue. But like Ray said, this has got more thrust, so that's going to counter the extra weight. So we'll have to see how it goes. Oh yeah, this FMS has always had super dense foam, so their planes are always heavier, just in general, because the foam, the quality of this foam is so dense and so I mean, you could feel it when you hold it. It's just a solid piece. It doesn't really feel like foam. So yeah, I agree, Lewis. I think it's going to be a real nice flyer. I don't think weight's going to be an issue. So that went pretty well. I think let's just put it together while I'm got it here. Why not? I'm a little upset with them putting this in the exhaust. These compression marks, I could probably get them steamed out, but that was just not a good idea. All they would have had to do is take a piece of this foam that they did have in the plane. You know, a piece of this wrapped around it would have protected it from this damage. So hopefully in the future they wrap it in foam before they stick it in the exhaust hole, because that would have solved that issue. So all right, let's put it together. Why not? You guys, I'm sure you're in for that, so let's do it. Let's take a look at something real quick here. So the gear pocket that the gear screws into is very, very flush. I mean, I just hope they put enough glue on it. I'm pulling on it here, and I don't see it moving any. So I'm thinking that we're good on that. As long as they put enough glue on it, it'll be fine. They just get too chintzy on the glue. All right, I'm going to set the wings over here. Like that. Let's get the fuselage out. Put the rudder over here. All right. So guys, when you take it out of the box, be careful that you don't snag the inner gear doors, because they're dragging the foam on the way out. So as long as you're careful coming out, you'll be all right. But just be aware that the gear doors are definitely dragging on the foam as it comes out of the box. So, all right. Okay. Just lay it right there. And let me just take a quick gander at the instructions here and see what it says. Make sure your servos are on troubleshooting. All right, so this little warning they're giving you here is just talking about get the radio powered up, get all the servos centered before you start installing the rods, because one of the things they're worried about, everybody's been putting that warning in, is that if the rods are already connected and the flap servo is going the wrong way and trying to push the flaps more closed, it'll burn the servo up. So they're just warning you not to burn the servos up and that might be why they didn't install any of the horns, just to get you acclimated to, you know, making sure everything's centered before you install this stuff. And I like that, honestly. I don't have a problem with that. It's a good idea. So they want you to put the wings on first. So the only thing I can think of for that is if you put the wings on and then drop, hook the radio up and drop the gear, it'll hold it in place while you put the fuselage together. So let's follow that advice. I'm gonna have to go get a receiver. I don't think I have one on the table here. But yeah, let's put the wings on it, and I'll put a radio in it. We'll drop the gear, and that way we can it'll sit on the table, so I can assemble the rest of it. So I do see a little damage right here by the left air brake. There's a wrinkle in the foam right here and a compression damage on the back side of it. I don't know how that happened. That's kind of weird. This side's fine. No issues over here, but on this one there's just a little damage. There's a wrinkle right here in the corner. I don't know how that happened. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go get a receiver so we can fire this baby up. Okay. So we've got the receiver and the battery. Radio's right here. Let's put this baby together here.
Welcome to AVANTI-S.
All right. Let's. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. All right, let's get this baby plugged in. Oh, I got a tie wrap on this. I don't know if I can get that off. So they have all the wires tie wrapped to the floor of the battery tray. I guess just to keep them neat and not. So I have to cut that loose. Alright, so now we can get to wires. Looks like everything's labeled, so that's good. There's Y connectors already installed. They're using the locking plugs, so they lock when you put them together. So that's good, like that. These flaps. No reflex gyro in this one, guys. It's just got a distribution board, but no gyro. Unless it's in somewhere else in the airplane, it's not in here. I don't think there's one in here. So let's find. This has got to be the throttle. Aileron. So I've got the elevator wire here. What am I supposed to plug that into? Let's take a look here. These flaps. This elevator in. That's the rudder in. I don't see where they want that elevator. Three wire connector for the elevator. I don't see where they want that. Let me take a look here. Yeah, guys, the price point was, they just made it into where I would, what I would pay for it. I'll be honest with you. This is, it's very nice, but I still think it's a little overpriced. But it's not over. They nailed it as far as price because they got me to buy it. So I'll give them props for that. It's got a EC5 connector, guys, which is not what they show an XT90 in here. And that's usually what FMS uses an XT60 or an XT90. So I'm really surprised they went with an EC5. I don't know why they would have done that. They were still building airplanes for Horizon, I would have figured that, but I don't know why. That surprises me. I would have thought an XT90. So. All right, I don't see. This is interesting. I don't see where they're addressing how to plug the elevator in anywhere in the instructions, and I don't have 3 free wires. I have 1 coming out of the distribution board. I have 1 wire, very short, and that's all. So why would they give me a three-way connector and market elevator if I only have to plug in 1 wire? I got to be missing something here, guys, but I can't say what it is. I don't know. So there's a wire coming out of the distribution board marked elevator, and it goes straight back. Unless it's supposed to go here. Does it go back here? No? Here. Okay. Figured it out. So the 3 connection here is for, well, I don't see where they address this in the instructions. I'll look again. Okay, so on the elevator assembly, you've got 2 plugs, okay? And then on the tail cone, there's a single wire for the lights. So that's what this 3-way's for, is to hook up the 2 elevators and plug in power for that tail light that's on the back of the tail cone. So that's what that's all about. But I don't see where they talk about that in the instructions. They might talk about it. I'm not reading. I'm just looking at the drawings. And okay, here it is. All right, they show it here. So that's the trick on that. So boy, the wire they're leaving us for the elevator in here is super short. So they're definitely designating where the, and I'm assuming that's the elevator. It's not marked, but it's the only thing that's. Oh no, I've got a wire here that says elevator. All right, so I don't know what this little wire is. All right, so we'll go with that one here. And then we're going to do there. Okay. Take this and put it up here. Gear in here next. And then the flaps are here. Okay. All right. So we're all wired up. We'll save that for a minute. Let's put these out of the way. Put the battery over there for a minute. All right. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 screws. All right, all the same size. They're all the exact same screw. 14 of them. One's probably an extra. FMS always gives you an extra screw, so it probably takes 13 screws to put it together. And that's typical. That FMS would give you an extra screw. All right, so I need toolbox right here. And it's a hex head, guys. It's not a Phillips. They're using a hex head drive. I'll tell you what size it is here in a second. Right there. So it's a 2mm hex is what you need to put the plane together. That's the only tool you need. All the screws are 2mm hex drive. So that makes it easy. All right, let's okay, so I'm going to unstrap the doors. Oh, and they're sprung loaded to open. And there's a catch for the wheel inside here. So as the wheel goes up, it grabs an arm, not a little wire. It's an actual arm, a plastic arm. Not sure that's a good idea. I'm wondering if that's going to break. But that pulls the doors closed. It's a big paddle, so it's definitely going to contact the wheel. So yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. It's a clever little design. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, so I need the right wing first. It's this one here. Need my spar. Whoops. Boy, those gear doors, you got to be careful putting this together, guys. You're going to break those doors. They're constantly falling down because they're spring loaded to go down. And man, I can see you moving this thing around and snagging those doors. I just see it coming. Hopefully I'll get through this without it, but I can see that being probably just during assembly. After that, it'll probably be okay, but during assembly, be very careful. Be very careful that you don't snag those doors and break them. This is going to be interesting. So what I'm doing, guys, I've got the wing twisted to get the wheel under that little lever, okay? So I'm getting it under the lever, and then I'm going to twist the wing into position to hold the door closed, and then finish sliding in the rest of the way. And that worked. So that kept the door closed and let me put the wing on. So it's going on a little tight. And it looks like there's actually 3 screws per side of the wing. I thought there were only 2, but there's actually a third one in the back behind the gear door. So it's 3 screws holding the wing, each wing on. So that's new. I've never seen 3 screws on a wing before, but that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think the wing's on all the way. It's a little snug going in. Yeah, it's not going in all the way. All right, let me pull it back off and put it back in again. We'll see if we can get it to go in all the way. We've got something interfering here a little bit. Yeah, it's very tight going together here, guys. I'm not sure. I think it's the foam here at the... Let's see if I can get that in. All right, I got the back one in. Okay, so it's the middle section that's preventing it to go in. Let's try something. I'm going to try something here. I think I know what's wrong. So let me see if I can fix that here. Oh, that's plastic. Well, that's interesting. It appears it's this plastic square piece here goes into a plastic receiver in the fuselage, and it seems to be very tight. That seems to be where the problem is. It might be this thing here. I'm going to squish this foam a little bit, but I don't think that's it. I think it's this plastic that's the problem. Let me put a tiny bit of Vaseline on that, see if that'll help it go in. Yeah, it seems like that plastic is just too tight a fit. So let's try that now and see what happens. Yeah, I think I can get this screw and this screw in. I'm not going to be able to get that one in. I'm going to have to use something to poke it over. Some kind of an awl or a really fine screwdriver or something to get that over to the threads, because it's not going to go in. That went right in. Whoop. Well, I think we're okay here. This is going in. A little tight, but I don't know. Gotta find something to pry that with here. Wow. That is really tight, guys. Holy crap. All right, I got it. So if you've ever had to play with a laptop, there's a this is a special screwdriver that I got with a laptop battery to install it. So it's a very stiff, rugged, with a very small tip, and that was what I used to pry this over. It worked perfect for that. I don't know if you have one of those, but that was very helpful. All right, that wing's on. That's all the way in. Yeah, this side's going on just as tight. Something wrong with that center section. I don't know what it is, but I think the screws line up for the front and back, but the center's not in. I think we're good here. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, those went right in. I don't know. That's not going to go there. I'm going to have to. Okay, got it. So even after I pry it in, you still have to get the screw in there crooked, and then use the tool to pull the wing over to get it to thread in. So it worked. I got it. Okay. All right. We should be able to drop the gear. Let's get the gear down, get it on its wheels, and go from there. Let me set that there. So that was a 4,000 HRB red pack I just put in there. And those battery straps are just the right length for that size battery. I probably won't fly it with this battery. I'll probably use a 5200. That's going to make those straps a little on the short side. Okay. Here come the gear. First time we always have to cycle them. And there we are. Let's put them up. Now see, these doors are just sprung, so they pop open on their own. But there's a big lever in there that the tire hits. Well, that works perfect. Beautiful. All right. I just knocked my bug zapper off the table. All right. That's a little stiff. Let me get my elevator out of the way. I think those are a little oversprung. Pretty tight. Might have to take this apart and cut a coil of spring off to soften them up just a little bit. We'll fly it first and see. You know, it'll be fine, but I like my suspension to actually be suspension. And if it's too, if the preload on it's too high, then it's not working the suspension. It's really not helping much. So I like to make it work right. All right. So we've got the 2 wires are taped in here. Make sure you don't leave the tape behind, guys. You don't want this in your airstream. So when you pull these out, make sure this piece of reinforced packing tape, which is way overkill to just tape those in. Make sure you get that out of there. Don't leave that in the airstream here. Make sure you get that out. Okay, so how in the world? I guess I have to poke a hole through the letter to get the screws in. On both sides? Did it work out that way? No. That's interesting. How are you supposed to screw that together? Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Have any of you guys watched anybody else? Has anybody else done a build video on this plane? I don't see how I can put the screws in the side of the fan here. There's no hole in the outside of the fuselage to put that in. So I don't know how they expect me to put screws in here. There's no hole on either side of the plane. So anybody seen anybody else do this? Thank you, Bill. Yeah, I'm trying to do it right. Yeah, it's definitely my first time building an airplane, Lewis. Oh, you have to open the air brakes. Oh, is that how it's done? Okay. Thank you, Micah. Good idea. Good observation. I forgot they were there. They flush up so nice. I forgot they were there. Yep. All right. So let's. I don't think I have them assigned to a channel. That's a good question. Okay, there it goes right there. Only one opened. Why did the other one not open? There it goes. It was stuck. And now it won't close. Well, that's really weird. Okay, now... No. So this one's sticking. All right, thank you, Micah. That was great help. Thank you. Yeah, that's how you do it. You got to open the air brakes to screw those screws in. I'm sure they covered that in the instructions. So there's a hole underneath where the screw is to send the 2 wires into this cavity here where the elevator goes on. So you have to feed them in while you're sliding this together. and they seem to be doing pretty well. There's a tag on this, though, that's probably going to be a pain. Oh, somebody's messaging me. Somebody's trying to help. Yeah, who needs instructions? Well, now when I have the world of internet, and watching me, I don't need the instructions. I can just ask, and somebody had the answer. So, yeah, don't need the instructions. All right. Yeah, these doors, they flush up so good that I forgot they were there. All right, there's a wire stuck in here somewhere. I don't know how that got trapped in there. I don't even know what that third wire is, but there's a wire stuck in the fan, the exhaust tube. So I got to see what the hell that is. For certain, it doesn't belong in there. So let's get that out. Oh, I didn't see that there. Well, where does that plug into? That's odd. So the wire for the lights was taped on the front here, but I don't have anything to plug into it. I don't see a wire here for the lights. I only have the two marked. One's marked elevator and one's marked rudder. I don't have a wire for the lights. I'm gonna need a flashlight. Let's see if we can see anything in there. Hang on a second. Let me grab one right here. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not in here. There's two extra wires going down here for the servos that operate these doors. And they're go around the outside, but there should be a third plug in here for that light, and I don't see it. Let me try poking around in there. No, that's the other servo wire. I released the hostages. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the wire for the lights. It's not back here. Yeah, that's not going to work either, unless. Well, God, I don't know. That's weird. Let me look at this. All right, so I guess it's part of this. Where do they want that wire to go? It's interesting. You're on with Hanger 51.
Yo, look at your parts bag.
What about it?
There's a Y connector in there.
Yeah, I've got it.
There's a Y connector in there.
I know, I have the Y connector. I have it.
Okay.
But it's not, I mean, unless I'm supposed to put this on before I put the elevator assembly on the tail cone before I put the tail cone on the plane. But they've got this wire going through the front and there's no place for it to go. It should be in the back here. So I'm not sure why they want that wire like that. Let me look at the instructions. We'll have to look at the instructions.
Look at the instructions.
All right, good, thanks. Bye. Well, they should have put the tail cone on first, and then but they've got this wire fed through here that's just screwing it up. I don't know why they did that. It doesn't need to come through this hole, but they have it going through the hole and taped inside here. I don't know why they would have done that. So let me pull it back through here, and then we'll put it back on because there's no other reason for it. It doesn't need to go through that hole. I don't know why they had it doing that. That was kind of weird. Not really following why they did that, but we'll move on. Okay. Yeah, so when you get it out of the box, guys, that the tail light wire is sent through the hole that the other wires come through and taped inside the fan housing there. Untape it and pull it back through because it doesn't need to be in there. It's got to sit in this cavity here where all the connections are made. It's got to be in here. It can't go through that hole. So make sure you pull it back out of that hole. I don't know why they put it in there. Makes no sense that they did that. It's not like the wire was going to get lost. So I really don't know why they did that. But Okay. All right. All right. Turn it around this way. Let me check something here real quick. So they have the air brake coupled with the flaps. I'm going to move that. I'm going to split them. I'm not going to leave them coupled together. I don't want the air brakes coming out with the flaps. I want to be able to work them individually. But the way it comes, they're coupled with the flap. So I'm going to change that. But that's just so you know, that's the way it's coming. They're already pre-coupled. So when your flaps go down, the brakes open. And I'm assuming, yeah, it's a 2-position also. So the brakes will go out halfway or all the way for half flaps and full flaps. So okay, let's close those back up. All right, and now we'll plug this in to these connectors coming through here. And I can't read the labels because the labels are still stuck in the hole. They didn't make the labels long enough. I think that's the rudder. Nope, that's the elevator. All right, so if that's the elevator, the other one's obviously the rudder. Okay, so we'll plug this in the elevator. And here are those little locks I was telling you about, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but the 2 little ears here are the locks, so that when this plugs in, they grab a hold of the last part of the plug and hold it in. So it's kind of a positive lock. It works pretty well. I mean, if you pull it hard enough, it will come out, but it's a good locking system. It works pretty good. So we got the 3-way wire hooked to that, and the light wire is going to go to there, and then we got to put this in. Make sure we keep this wire in here like that. Okay. So I'm assuming, no, it doesn't. Okay, so that's not a problem. So there's 3 screws going in here. That's a bit of overkill. I don't know why they needed 3 screws for this. Holy crap. But that's what they did. So you got 3 screws here going in. One, 2, 3. Okay, so now we can plug these in. So we're going to put the plug the light into one of them. You have to just, it's a tiny plug. You just have to offset it to the one side. Just make sure you get the negative lined with the negative. You'll be fine. That little locking mechanism really isn't doing anything on this particular one. Well, it kind of is. I mean, it's grabbing one half of it. And because I have this powered up, I instantly knew the light was on because it's shining on my chin. So we got that plugged in right. So it's a red and white light. There's a red light and a white light back here is what you got. Okay, so that's plugged in. And then oh, I screwed up. Gotta take it back off. One of the elevator wires snuck out of the hole there. I didn't catch that. Roach Coach, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, leave room for the hefty bag. Yeah, it's a good idea, right? So, yeah, the automatic built-in recovery system. That's what I like to call the bag. Yeah. So let me pull these back out for a second. I love the fact that all the screws are one size. It's so nice not to have to figure out where's this screw go, where does that screw go. You don't have to do any of that. So let's get this fed back in where it belongs. I was worried so much about the light wire that I missed that the elevator wire had moved. Okay, so now if I'd have plugged them both in before I screwed it on, I would have known that I had a problem. So that's good advice, guys, just to make sure. Plug them in and test it, and then screw it on. That'll eliminate the any problems. And the other thing about these locks too is you know you can tell instantly whether the plug plugged in all the way or not because it shows up. So my elevator servo is both working. Yep. Okay. All right, good. So let me put those screws back in. Well, that taillight's bright. Wow. Yeah, you're right, Victor. It'd definitely be good for a night flight. You'd be able to see this thing. Holy crap. All right. Okay. Now, we need to put the rudder on. So we can tuck all these wires down in the hole here. Just have the rudder wire sticking up. Yeah, add an afterburner. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. So now we just have to plug in the rudder. And check the rudder servo. And that works. Perfect. You just plug that right in there like that. And then set this down right on top of it. It's a pretty tight fit for all these wires. Okay. So you have 4 plugs you got to get in that hole, guys. I recommend you stack them side by side. Don't lay them in flat and try to stack them. Get them in this way and line all 4 of them up side by side and slide them down in. It seems to fit better that way. So that would be my recommendation on getting all those wires in there. That's what seemed to work best. That's how I did it. Not getting any luck getting that screw to start. It's all the way down. Oh, there we go. I think it clicked. Yep, now I got it. Okay. And it does not look like they gave you an extra screw. I was figuring they would, because that's normally what FMS does, but I don't have any extra screws. It took them all. 14 screws. Wow. Alright, something's not right here. The back is not sitting down right. Oh, there it goes. I wasn't holding my mouth right. That's all. Very weird. Alright, I don't know what's going on. These screws won't start. The tail's sitting all the way down flush. It's in there. I don't know why the screws won't start. Let me pull the tail back off and look. Not figuring out why it's doing that. Okay. So the back 2 screws go through both pieces. I threaded these on. So you have 2 extra screws. So FMS gives you 2 extra screws, and these 2 go in with the tail and the elevator screwing together back here. So that explains why I couldn't get the screws to start. All right, so it should go right together now. And you'll have 2 extra screws. instead of nut. Yep, it's just threaded right in now. So just make a note of that. The only put the front screw in on the elevator when you install it. Leave the back two holes open because the rudder goes straight through and holds the back of the elevator and the rudder on together. So when you're done, you'll have 2 extra screws. All right. Okay, that's it. We're done. Other than putting the control horns on, which I'm not going to do those on camera. I like to take my time. It's just that's a very time-consuming project for me. I like to really fine-tune adjust them when I put them on. And I'm not going to do that on camera. Where is the canopy? Where did it go? Oh. Yeah, where did the canopy go? Oh, here it is. All right, so let's put the canopy on it. Push button release on the canopy, which is kind of cool. The first plane I had with the push button release on it was the Corsair. The FMS Corsair has a push button, and on the Corsair, it hides itself so well. I had to actually go watch my build video. I couldn't remember how to open the canopy. So I watched my build video. I'm like, oh, that's what I forgot the button thing because it just blends right in. Here you can tell there's a button there. It's, you know, but on the Corsair it's just painted blue with the rest of the airplane, and it just looks like part of the detail. You know, like a gas cap or something. It just looks like it belongs there, but it literally is a button. So there it is, guys. All together, it's a little heavy. I'm sure it's going to fly fine, but it does have a little weight to it for sure. I guess we could check thrust here. I haven't tried that yet. Ooh, yeah, that's got some thrust. Good job there. The aileron servo's working, rudder servo, elevator. All the servos are working correctly, and the air brakes are working. This side's sticking though. I got to figure out what's going on this side. It's sticking. I don't know if I've got a bad servo or bad connection or what, but this side's definitely sticking. I can't get this side open at all now. I don't know what's going on. I have an extra wire inside here that's not plugged into anything. I don't know what that's for. Yeah, one of my air brakes doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's a servo problem. Yep, I don't know. Don't know what's wrong with that. It's been sticking all night, and now it's not working at all, so something's wrong with that. I don't see where there's no wire access here to it. You got, what's this say? I got rudder, elevator, then the two main harnesses for the wings. That's it. This is the flap one. So there's two wires going back for the flaps, and we know they're connected to the flaps. So these have to be the wires going back to those servos right here, and they appear to be plugged in. So, and the one's working. So anyway, all right. Well, we'll have to look at that. I don't know why that we got a dead servo or something on one of the air brakes. But anyway, oh god, that's beautiful. What a beautiful airplane. Wow. I really like this one, guys. That's a beautiful airplane. Let me snap this back on. It's a nice positive lock too. This mechanism they're using is nice. It really locks in good. It's a very positive lock. So, all right, let's get back to the chat. See what everybody's saying. I'm sure I missed a bunch of good jokes. All right, so let me back up here. 24 in the room, 17 likes. Guys, don't forget to hit the like. Let's see here. Joe up in Lower Alabama. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Let me back up here. All right. Yeah, the gear looks good on this. It's very robust, I would say. It's all aluminum landing gear, no plastic parts here. It's all aluminum. These are definitely compression struts, and they seem to be oil dampened. Maybe too thick of oil. That's really got a slow response time. So I'm gonna have to look at that. But oil struts, nicely done. Yeah, Paul, I've had that issue as well. I don't know why they can't put a little more glue on this stuff, but yeah, so your nose gear came out because it had zero glue on it. Yeah, one of both my main gear on the Avanti, the FMS Avanti, both of them came. They had zero glue on them. They were, I mean, they just came right out. I'm using my X8R Freewing Free Sky receiver. Yeah, I pulled one of my X8 because I want the telemetry in this. So I pulled one of my X8R receivers out. I pulled it out of my King Air. I don't really need the telemetry in that. Ida K, I don't know if you're still in here or not. Is it worth paying $500 for a 1.5 millimeter wingspan foam airplane? It depends. Is it worth it to you? Is the quality of the plane, like this one, for instance, is it worth it? This was on the high end of just getting in on me. If it had been $529, I wouldn't have bought it. $499 was probably the limit I would be willing to pay, and then I had a discount code anyway, so I ended up only paying $475, and a little on the high side for me, but I think it was worth it. If it flies as good as it looks, it'll definitely be worth it, I think. So. Ray, I don't think there's a gyro in it. If it is, they got it hidden somewhere. Yeah, there's no gyro in it. It didn't come with a gyro. So yeah, unless I've got it in the switch to the off position, but I don't. Yeah, it's not in the battery bay. There's no gyro in there. So if they put it somewhere else in the airplane, I don't know if there's an access door to get to it, but. The best I can tell right now, there's no gyro in the plane. So, yeah, no, I don't think it does come with the reflex, Ray. Like I said, if it does, they've got it hidden in here because it's not in the battery bay, and I just wiggled the plane, and it's not doing any gyroing, so. Yeah, so there's already wires coming from the control board that you plug it right into the receiver. You don't have to run. There's a big main harness that goes from both wings to that control board. Very similar to what Freewing does. If you built your Avanti, David, had the exact same kind of board in it. It's a very similar looking board. So the wing cables go all the way to the board, and then you just have individual plugs from the board that you plug into the receiver. There were no wires coming from, maybe the motor wire was the only one that might have gone straight to the receiver without going through the board. But everything else went through the board. Yeah, these aren't going to be able to pop out like the Bayhawk doors because it's not a wire. The problem with the Bayhawk doors is they're using a wire, and the wire will like flex the other way and lets those doors pop open. That can't happen with this. So these doors, when they're closed, they're closed. They ain't coming open. Not unless you break the arm. There's a big plastic paddle in there. You'd have to break that paddle to get the door open with the gear up. So we're not going to have that hanging door problem with the Bayhawk has. This won't have that problem. A little bacon grease. That's funny, Tim. Michael Honeychuck, what's up, man? Good to see you. Augerdian, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful plane, Dan. Hey, Charles, how you doing tonight? I need a crystal. Yes, I do, David. Paul, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Yeah, well, okay, so the air brake speed, the air brakes flaps thing, listen, you may want to land with flaps without the air brakes. You wouldn't want to use the air brakes without the flaps unless you just want to slow down at altitude, not close to the ground. But on a windy day, you're not going to need the air brakes. So the last thing you want to do is open the air brakes with a strong headwind on landing, because it's going to kill your speed so much you're going to have to throttle the crap out of it. So I want to have that option to be able to add the brakes if I want them or not. So, but I would never have the air brakes out without the flaps down, unless, again, like I'm flying along at altitude and I want to slow down. Like I'm trying to, when we're flying formation, if I'm catching the guys in front of me too fast, I could put the air brakes out to slow down to their speed and then close them back up. So I have another airplane with air brakes. I have a couple airplanes with air brakes on them, and they're not coupled together. So yeah, you don't have to use the air brakes for landing if you don't need them. Now on a very calm day, they might come in pretty handy, landing. Because if you've got no headwind, the flaps might not slow it down enough. And then that's when you can add the air brakes. And then you can add the air brakes, maybe full flaps and only half air brakes. You don't have to have them. So I'm definitely not going to leave them connected together. I don't like that idea at all. Yeah, Lionel, I wish I was reading that. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what the problem was. Yeah, the back two elevator horizontal stab screws don't go in until the rudder's on. Then they go in together. So I didn't figure that one out. So, but Lionel's got it right. All right, let's see. Getting close to caught up. I'm just going through all the questions. And it looks like it's it. Lyndon Stewart, what's up? How you doing, man? Well, I have to order one first, Lyndon. I don't have one handy to just put in it. I'll have to get with Ray and order a afterburner for it. Don't have one to stick in it. Yeah, that would be great, Lewis. Have you reflown the FJ4 since the little Tobago there? Or are we still really going to maiden it yet? Maybe tomorrow? Okay. That's cool. Tony doesn't have a F-86 at all, does he? All right, so I'm getting some notifications. Probably a Zoom started. Yeah, so Spencer started the Zoom. Yeah, I still have 25 people in here. Great, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're all here. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, really like the plane. Boy, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. Beautiful texture on the paint. The stickers, all the decals look good. Just a really, really well done. Well done. This is really cool. Beautiful airplane. Yeah, so Wrights had just put the Zoom link in for any of you guys who want to join the Zoom tonight. Lewis, you should come in. You know, it'd be fun. You don't even have to turn the camera on. Just, you know, You can talk. You don't even have to talk. You can leave the mic off and the camera off and just listen if you want. So, Eric, yep, thank you, man. It's I'm really glad I got it. I've been wanting an F-86 forever. I just couldn't pull the trigger on the free wing one. I just didn't like a few things about it. This one definitely cured all my nitpicks about the free wing one. This thing's beautiful. It really is. This is a gorgeous airplane. You got company there? Well, yeah. Again, they don't have to they don't have to be on camera, or even you can turn the mic off as well, so you can just hear us talking. You'll be able to see us, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I don't know offhand. Does the F-86 have flying stabs, or does it have elevators on the real one? I don't know offhand. Let me try one more thing here. All right, I'm going to unplug this for a minute. Mike SSI, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh, okay. All right. That's good to know, Eric. Thanks. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it had flying stabs or not. So I guess they went to them later. Started with the regular fixed and elevators, and then they went to the flying stabs. So, yeah. Keith Christie, what's up? How you doing tonight, man? Good to see you. So what else, guys? Anybody else got questions, comments about this airplane, about anything else? We don't have to talk about just this one. We're here, whatever, Let's, I think the only thing left in the bag are the control rods. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's 2, 4, 6, 7. That's what I need. Take seven rods. So what do you think, Eric? You gonna get one? Pretty sweet. I tell you, it's a really good looking plane. really like that they went to these screw-in pitot tubes. You know, I really am glad they did that, because you know, if you don't want it on the plane, you don't have to commit to gluing it on. You can screw it in. You can take it off. You know, it's great to have that option. I tell you, I love the fact that they went to these thread-in pitot tubes so that you can, you know, and you know, and you're not committed to either one either. You know, if you want it on, you can put it on. You can take it off, put it back on. You know, very nice. I'm so happy they did that. That works good. Love that. You know, you got the B-17 on your mind. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You know, General Hobbies has that thing on sale. It's about $50 cheaper than buying it at Hobby King. General Hobbies, about $50, I think. I think it's $338 instead of $374. So, you know, it's tempting. It came from FMS, Keith. I ordered mine from FMS. That's where it came from. Oh, they don't have any in stock ever. They only order them as they're pre-ordered. Is that how it works? It's a big chunk of money to have on the shelf. I guess I can kind of understand that. Well, Keith, I ordered it last Thursday, a week ago Thursday. So it, you know, and it was at 10 o'clock at night. So obviously it didn't go anywhere. So it took 1 week, Friday to Friday. You know, it was shipped on the 23rd, and here it is. So it was 1 week, 7 days. I don't think that's too bad. According to the specs, Lyndon, it's 3,050 grams. That's the flying weight. I don't know what size battery is included in that. Let me see if it's in the book here. If they say what size battery they have in it when they weigh it. Let me look. Yeah, they don't talk about it in the manual. Let me see if it says on the box. Maybe it says on the box. No, it says on the website. So that's all in Chinese. Says 4,000 to 5,000 milliamp battery recommended. So it doesn't say which one they weighted with. Let me look on the website. I've got it open, so it's not a big deal. Alberto, how you doing tonight, man? Good to see you. Steve, what's up? Yeah, ooh, baby. All right, let me go here. And let me see if I can find anything on the website here. No, it doesn't tell. It doesn't say which battery they had in it when they weighed it. But it says flying weight is 3,050 grams. But they're not saying which battery they weighed it with. But they say a 4,000 or 5,000 is what they recommend. So, that's the best I can do on that. Oh, so you ordered 2 of them also, Keith? Yeah. Yeah, so I ordered 2. The one shipped 2 days before the other, so I'm getting another one Monday. That one, I knew that when that one was coming all along. They were updating me on that one. This one was in limbo. I didn't know when it was coming. I knew it had left 2 days before the other one, but I wasn't getting any tracking information, so I didn't know where it was or anything. So I was happy it showed up today. I didn't find out until this morning. They updated UPS updated their website this morning, and it says delivery today. I was like, cool. It was late. It was supposed to be here between 10:30. 10:30. No, wait a minute. Yeah, it was 10:30 to 4:30 is when it was supposed to be here. Sometime between 10:30 and 4:30, and then later in the day it changed from that to 3:45 to 7:45, and it ended up getting here about right about 6 o'clock is when it got here. So I came right out and got on here to show y'all. So well, that's some good trivia there, Steve. Thank you for that. That's cool. All right, Craig. Let me power it back up, and I'll show you the gear. We'll run them up and down. Let me do this. I think this might work. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. Okay, so you get a better look at the gear here. It's got an outer door that's covering most of it, but you can see the strut, and it's very stiff though, and it seems to be oil dampened because it compresses and releases slowly. It's not a a bouncy springy thing. It's very you push it down and then it comes back up slowly. I don't think I can push it down on this side. The computer's in the way. Well, this side's... Maybe there's something wrong with this side, because this side seems to come up fairly quick. But this side's really slow. I think the springs are too stiff, personally. Maybe not the mains so much, but the nose gear seems to be too stiff. So, let me I can tell you one thing I really like. If you look at here, you see how deep the cowl, instead of this being flat foam all the way across, it's really got a big cavity here. So anything sticking up out of the plane goes up into this cavity. So you don't have to worry about making sure everything's flush below level and all that. It's got plenty of room in it. So that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, let me, while we're still on this camera, let me see if I can hold this. Oh, this is going to be kind of hard. Maybe. So, and the landing lights are pointed straight down. And any of you guys that have flown your plane with landing lights coming straight at you and they start blinding you, these are pointed down on purpose because they're deflecting off the gear door. You see the door? Let me level this out. So instead of trying to make them like the runway for you, they're just reflecting off the gear door. So they're not blinding you, but you're going to be able to see that. You know, that reflection when it's coming at you, it's not going to be blinding you, but you're going to see it. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. It's kind of hard to hold that one-handed like that, but I got it. It worked. Alright, somebody just sent me a message. I see. All right, let me get back to the chat here. Sounds like Chewbacca. Yeah, yeah. There's probably some truth to that, Chris. Yeah, they'll be banning foam as a safety hazard or some shit. Who knows? Yeah, Lyndon, that's not a bad idea. Or I'm sorry, Eric. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yep. Yeah, some Vaseline might help. Let's go back to the full view so you can see the whole plane. There you go. And then in the background there, they're flying it. A little inverted action here in a second. Yeah, there you go. Oh, is that? Did I misspell that? I did. Undoxing. Yeah, okay, I'll fix that. I didn't catch that. I'm going to add and build. Got some more messages here. Randy. Okay. Title fix there. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. I didn't catch that. No, I think the ESC's way back here by the fan, way in the back. The ESC's not under the battery, not even close to the battery. You know, it's way back here. I can't see it, but it's somewhere back in this area. Is where the ESC is. Yeah, there's nothing under the battery. the nose gear. You know, the cavity for the nose gear, but there's the ESC is nowhere near the battery. That's clever, Steve. Mucho better. Bettero? What's bettero? Yeah, we knew what you meant, Steve. That's funny. Oh, the drop tanks. They well, that goes up pretty easy. I don't know if I can get it. So the problem, I just don't have enough room in here. I could probably do this. So there's one drop tank hanging on it. That's the best I can do. I can't put the other one on. It's the computers. There's a laptop computer there. It's blocking me from putting it on there. But yeah, so there's the one tank on. And they come with it. It's pretty cool. You want to see the air brakes? Well, the one on your side works, so there you go. The one on this side's not working. It was not right. It's never worked right from go. It was sticking. Now it's not working at all. So I got a feeling I got a bad servo. But yeah, you got half. You can do half or full brake. So there's half. There's closed, and then or no, that's full open, isn't it? Yeah. And half, and then closed. So yeah. Pretty cool. The detail inside the air brake is awesome. They've got all kinds of hydraulic lines, and I just may get in there and paint all that. I may do that. I'll have to give that some thought. I may decide to paint all that detail. They went to the trouble of putting it in there, and it looks good. So I don't know. We'll have to see. So the odd thing about this air brake not working over here is that it didn't smoke or anything. I didn't hear any bad sounds from it. It just doesn't want to work. I don't know what happened. It could have possibly come unplugged, but I don't think so. But it just don't want to work. I don't know what happened. No, it just doesn't want to open. I bet. Let me check something here. I have a sneaky suspicion that oh, well, okay. All right, let me see what happens if I do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So the wires marked flaps, but it's not flaps. It's the air brakes. So it's that easy to the one side where the two wires go all the way back are the air brake wires. So this, I could just unplug this from there and plug it in a separate channel, and I'll have separate air brakes to flaps. Because the flaps are in the harness. The board harness, and so the flaps are working. The air brakes are not, because I just unplugged them off that channel. So let's let me set that up over here. I'll only take a second here. Let's go here. All right, so we got, yep. Okay, so my air brakes are on a separate channel now. And I gotta slow them down. Okay. There you go. Alright, so I put the air brakes on a separate channel. That was simple enough. Oh, that's a good shot, Lewis. Thank you. Yeah, that'll look good. I can use that to help paint my hydraulic stuff inside. Very nice. Couple different versions of it too. Yeah, nice. Thank you. That's cool. Oh no, I wonder where I could find a spare servo. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to order one. Yeah. The real problem is that the servo seems to be locked because I can't get the door to even come open manually pulling on it. I'm afraid I'm going to break the door. And you have to get the door open to get to this. You know, I don't even know that that servo is serviceable. I think it's embedded inside there. I don't know. We're going to have to take a look. Because they've got it hidden in there. It's pretty hard to see it. Yeah, somehow that whole yeah, that's gonna be a bitch. Wow. Well, yeah, well, I don't know. It looks like it's glued in. And the only way to get it out, yeah. Boy, this is going to suck. That's really going to suck. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get that out of there. But now that I'll be able to fly it tomorrow without any problem. I'll have flaps. I'm just not going to have the brakes. Because there's no way I'm going to have that fixed before tomorrow, I don't think. So, yeah. So I just won't be able to use the air brakes tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah, you're right, Eric. Maybe. I don't think that's going to work either, but that might give me access. See, it's where it's mounted is that plastic inset there that's got all the detail on it. It's actually mounted into that plastic thing, and I think it's mounted from the back side. So I think I'd have to remove the whole bucket, and I'm sure it's glued in. To remove that whole bucket with that the servo's mounted in and all the detail, it may come out through the front of it. It looks like it's possible, but there's nothing holding it in, so that means it's glued in. So that's going to be a bitch too, trying to pry it out of there without breaking the plastic detail thing. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. Honestly, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I can tell you that much. So we'll see. We'll see what we have to do. Yeah, Craig, I hope to get a video tomorrow. So if I do, we'll have some video for you. I got 3 planes to maiden tomorrow. 4, actually. I have 4 airplanes to maiden tomorrow. 3 jets and a glider. And then I actually want to remaiden my Rafale. So that's 4 jets and a glider for tomorrow. So if I get all that video done, we'll have a lot of video for you guys to watch. I'll have a lot of content. So yeah, no, taking the tail off won't give me access to it. It's the whole tail's got like a plastic sleeve inside of it, and there's no access to that from inside the thrust tube. So it's not, you can't get in there. I might be able to get at it from the motor cover, but I don't think that's going to work either. It's I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll definitely pull the motor cover off and take a look. See if I can see it from there. All right, guys, I think I'm going to shut this down. Let's see, how long have we been on? Almost 3 hours. Oh, it's almost a Brian Phillips video. 3 hours. Well, right here is a long extension wire that goes to the back, and that's the one I unplugged and then plugged into a separate slot. So yeah, it may be a bad plug here too. You know, we can check that. It could be this Y harness is bad. Maybe the servo's okay, but the harness is bad. So we'll test that too. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to see if let me try something here. They made the wires just long enough that you can't get your hands on them. All right, so I got that released. So is that one still working now? Yep. Okay, so let me try something here. Where'd my flashlight go? Well, the pins look okay. I'm going to try reversing them and see if it still works. Boy, they're really not making that easy. These wires just need to be 1 inch longer. Yeah, I know, that's what she said. There it goes. Okay. My forceps are on the table. Here they are. Let me grab those. Alright, so let's take that out. Let's plug this one on the other side. Ah. Man, I wish they'd made these wires just a little bit longer. Man, what a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's definitely the servo. Yep. Yeah, it's not the connector. It's definitely the servo. Oh well, it was worth a shot. All right, Bruce, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to get there early. So, Phil, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So, yeah, I'm going to call it, guys. Going to get out of here so I can get all my control surfaces hooked up and all that. So, going to go get some dinner first. So, we'll catch y'all later. If any of you are in the Zoom, I'll see you there. But we're going to end this here. We're right at 3 hours. That's long enough. So, yeah, that's all right, Philip. No problem. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. We'll see y'all later. Have a great night. And hopefully I'll have some video for you tomorrow. All right, so we'll see you then. Talk to you later. Good night.